Welcome to this tutorial presented by oraclecoach.com. This is Claire Rajan, and in this video segment I'll demonstrate the case statement that can be written in PL SQL. There are two types of case statements that I'll be discussing. The first, which is simply the case statement, and the second one, which is called the searched case statement. I have SQL Star Plus open and I'm connected to my database as the user HR. I also have issued the set server out command so that all the output displayed by the DBMS output line statements will be displayed on the screen. Now, before I begin to write a program, I'm going to write a query that will retrieve the salary for an employee whose name is Nina. So I'm saying select salary from the employees table where the first name equals Nina. The value that's being displayed is 18,000. I'd like you to just keep a note of this so that when we write our programs, we'll understand the output that's being displayed by the program, which is going to be based on the salary value. I'm going to edit a file, call it CA. I'm going to create it, and I'm going to within a notepad write the program that would use a case statement. I'm declaring a variable called vSalary that is of number type. I'm going to retrieve in the body of the program the salary value into the vSalary memory variable from the employees table where the first name of the employee equals Nina. I'm going to follow this with the case statement, and I'm going to use the name of the memory variable vSalary immediately after the word case. This is then going to be followed by a number of when statements that identify the condition that we want to meet. So we have when 18,000, then I'm going to say DBMS output line earns 18,000. Now, because I have a number of when statements, I'm just going to go ahead and copy these two lines and paste them twice to make changes to the when statement as when 15,000 earns 15,000, when 12,000 earns 12,000. I'm going to also have an else part where I'm going to write the statement as none of the above values. So this else part will take care of the vSalary not being equal to 18,000 or 15,000 or 12,000. A case statement is always terminated with the words end space case semicolon, and then I'm going to terminate my program with the word end. Now, because Nina's salary was 18,000, the first condition was met, and it's displaying the corresponding action, which was to display the string 18,000. I'm now going to edit the program. I'm going to remove the else part of it. So let's go ahead and completely remove the else along with the DBMS output line statement that was associated with it. I'm going to save this and I'm going to exit. Let me clear my screen and run the program again, and notice that this time also I get an output which indicates that writing the else in the case statement was optional. As long as one of the when statements were true, I'm going to have an output being displayed. Now let's modify the program in such a way that when I do a comparison, none of the values should match. So instead of 18,000, let me change this to 20,000 and change the string also to 20,000. Now Nina's salary was 18,000, which would mean this when condition is not true. The next when condition is also not true. The third when condition is also not true. And I also don't have an else, which normally would have taken care of a situation when none of the conditions were met. So let's save and exit this file. I'm going to run the program, and this time I'm getting an error, and the error says case not found while executing the case statement. Now this type of an error that you see is what is called as an unhandled exception. The word exception meaning an error. So it's an unhandled error that the program has generated, and what it's trying to tell you is that while it was performing the case statement, none of the conditions were met and we did not have an else also, so it did not know how to handle the particular situation. So when you're writing a case statement, it's probably always a good idea to ensure that you write an else part of it, or you take care of the unhandled exception, or you make sure that one of the conditions are met. Now I'm going to go ahead and edit the program again, and this time I'm going to show you how the searched case statement looks. Now let's see what would happen if what I really wanted to do was I wanted to display strings based on a condition which is against the vSalary variable, but it's not based on a condition of equality. Now when I have written the case statement in the manner that you see in this program, it's understood that the vSalary variable was equal to 20,000 and equal to 15,000 and equal to 12,000. But instead, if I wanted to make a check to see if vSalary was greater than 20,000 and I wanted to display a corresponding string, let's see what would have happened if all I did was simply included a greater than condition like this, as if to say that I want to do the check case vSalary when the vSalary greater than 20,000. I can say earns more than. Let me copy those words. So this is what I want to do. Let's see if the program will run. I'm going to once again clear my screen, run the program, and I'm getting a whole lot of errors. And the errors is because the program, and notice where the error is coming. It's pointing to the greater than symbol over here and generating a whole lot of other information as errors in the program. I'm going to modify my program, and what I really have to do is when I'm using a case statement and I'm comparing a memory variable against values based on a condition that is other than equality, then I cannot use a simple case statement. I will have to use a searched case statement. And when you're writing the searched case statement, you will not write the memory variable beside the word case. What would happen is you will write the when clause with the entire condition as in the form of memory variable, operator, and value. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and paste the word vSalary, which I had copied. So I have case when vSalary greater than 20,000, then perform this action. When it's greater than 15,000, perform the action of earns more than 15,000. When it's greater than 12,000, earns more than 12,000. Let me save and exit. Let me clear my screen and run the program again, and this time I get an output which says earns more than 15,000, which is true. If you go back to the program, the conditions were based on greater than 20,000, which was not true. Nina's salary was 18,000, and this was the condition that was satisfied. So after executing this particular condition, it exited the entire case statement, and the statement following the case statement was the word end. Now, the searched case statement can also be used with different types of conditions that are based on different operators as well as different variables. Now, before I show you a program that uses another searched case statement, let me just go ahead and write a query so that you can have a look at the data in the table that my program is going to be based on. So I have select salary, comma, hire date, comma, let me also include the job column from employees, where the first name equals Nina. I should have probably put the comma on the previous line. Okay. That was a job ID. I'm sorry. Okay, now see here is our output based on the query that was select salary, comma, hire date, comma, job underscore ID from employees where first name equals Nina, the salary being 18,000, the hire date was the 21st of September 2005, and the job ID of Nina is add VP. I'm going to edit my program called CA, and I'm going to include a number of other memory variables in the declaration section. We have the variable for salary, which I've called as vSalary. I'm going to create a memory variable for called vJob that would be that is being created for the job ID column. I'm going to create a variable called vHireDate that is of date type to match the hire date column. In my select statement, I'm going to have select salary, comma, job underscore ID, comma, hire underscore date into the variables vSalary, vJob, and vHireDate from employees where first name equals Nina. Now in the case statement, I'm going to write different types of conditions. Okay, now my first condition is going to be based on the vSalary variable, which is going to be when vSalary between 10,000 and 15,000, then I want to display the string between 10K and 15K. It's just a string that I want to display based on that condition being true. My next condition is going to be based on the vJob variable, where I'm going to say when vJob in. I'm using the in operator just for variation compared to the usual equal to, greater than. I'm using the in operator and the between operator. Then we have add press. Okay, so I'm checking to see if the vJob variable is either add VP or add press. Then what I want to display is the string in the admin department. And the third condition is going to be based on my vHireDate variable. Let me check whether it's greater than the 1st of January 2000. Okay, so I'm checking it's after whether it's after the 1st of January 2000, and I want to display the string as hired in the last 11 years. What I will also include is the else for this particular program, so that the else will take care of none of the conditions being true. Okay, followed by the end case and the end. So this particular program is using different conditions. The first condition is based on a between and operator using the vSalary variable. The second condition is using the in operator based on the vJob variable. The third condition is based on the greater than operator or against the variable called vHireDate. I'm also having the else part just in case any of those other conditions that are being tested are not true. Now the output that's being displayed says in the admin department. Let me go back and see the program. Now if you recall Nina's information, one was the salary was 18,000, the job was add VP, and the hire date was the 21st of September 2005. Now based on the data that's being retrieved, two of the conditions are true. That is, the job ID is one of the two values, which is add VP, as well as the hire date is after the 1st of January 2000 because it was 2005. Now during execution, when it's executing the case statement, it's going to start with the first condition. Now the first condition was not true, so it moved on to the next condition. This condition was true. It performed the statement which was the action which displays in the admin department, and it comes out of the entire case statement. It does not go through the other conditions. So that is how the case statement behaves. In this tutorial, I explained the case statement that can be written in PL SQL. I hope you find this tutorial useful. For other videos, tutorials, and articles, you can take a look at the oraclecoach.com website. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.